Hey YouTube, how you guys doing? My name is Kyle, you know me as Dragonmar, and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be going over how to smoke off every single site on Haven with Brimstone for some easy plants and some easy wins. Now before we begin, there's two things you should always remember. First of all, you want to be close enough to the site so that you're able to see all parts of it to make sure that you can smoke with clarity and precision. Remember, one of the problems is that there is a shorter range on the smoke than there is on the ultimate, so you have to keep that in mind when you're going for these setups. In this case, I wouldn't be able to smoke heaven or a connector from this back position, so you actually have to start clearing some things first, make sure it's clear, and then proceed forward. Another reason why this is important is because Brimstone smokes will only last 15 seconds, and you're going to be using all of them at the same time in most of these plays. This means you'll have a 15-second window to clear angles and get the planter onto site, planting the bomb. Now, this is doable from almost every position, but it's a lot harder when you're all the way back A long and you have to run all the way back up to plant. So you should always think about where you are on the map first before using your smokes. In a situation where we're coming from A long, we're going to want to be somewhere around this area safe. So we want to make sure we clear angles first, but we want to be somewhere in a more forward position before we start going for smokes. All right, so starting things off with the A long smoke, you're going to want to be in a forward enough position to where you can easily smoke heaven, and you're definitely going to want your bomb carrier near you down here. First of all, we're going to smoke heaven. This is really simple. You're going to want to do this in almost every single A take on Haven. Next, I want to smoke the short side of A. Short being this long path here. I don't want to have to worry about anyone playing any of these angles as they are very common. So I'm going to throw a smoke right here in between these boxes. Now, finally, we have a slightly more difficult smoke due to the angling of this middle box. You can't actually fully cover it, or if you can, you might leave a crack. It's pretty risky. So I'm just going to fully enclose the site like this. Now, what you're going to have is one or two players here holding this angle here for you. You're going to move up. If you're the bomb carrier, you're going to clear this angle, and you're going to go for a plant right here, and you're planting for long. Your other player can come with you. He can swing wide, play close to sight, but nonetheless, you've just cleared your site. You cleared all your plants, and now they have to push through smoke if they want to kill you. All right, so now we're going to be talking about planting from A short. Now, A short, you come down this little tunnel here. You're going to want to start from around here, as this gives you plenty of time to make it up to the bomb site, but also to safely clear your angles as well. Now, this one is also pretty simple. What we're going to want to be doing here is we want to make sure we have no problems with connector. This is where a lot of rotates. A lot of people are going to come from B or from their spawn as well. So you have to make sure you're very careful about that. Now you have a few options with these smokes, luckily. First, I would always recommend doing a smoke like this and smoking heaven. And as you can see, I've only used two smokes here. Now this is because if you want, and hopefully you do, you have some people playing long. So you smoke like this, come up, clear this angle here. You obviously can see this angle as you run up. You slow walk around here, little crack here. You want to make sure of that. Maybe put it closer to the wall. And look at this. You have a free plant. What your players down here do is they are going to watch in hell. They're going to watch heaven if it clears. So maybe someone jumps out, and they're going to watch this play right here. So also the people come from short, they're going to want to clear this angle here as well. And this allows for a very easy plant, and you're going to plant for short in this situation. An alternative to this smoke would be smoking connector as well, and I'll show you what this looks like. So we're going to smoke connector, we're going to smoke heaven. Remember, we're always smoking heaven, and we're going to smoke close.
Smoke's down.
Now, I like this smoke a lot because the connector smoke can be really important. It really slows rotates. A lot of people aren't going to push this smoke unless they have a player on site already. So if you're able to get a pick, often that's a really important smoke. But these smokes here really are assuming that you have no picks yet, and you're just looking to make a play. And now I just want to show you an example of just sort of a quick smoke you can use on the fly if you need to. You could smoke short, here, and here. Now look at what this is going to do. This allows short to push into sight, and this allows long to push into sight. You're creating walls. The only thing now is you have to have people watching heaven, at least one player watching heaven, to be able to pull this off. But this is just a great example of how you can use smokes as sort of walls to make your way into the site. While at the same time, you're really only clearing like 2 or 3 angles at a time. It allows for some really easy plants and some really easy takes on these sites. So next we have B. Now B is a little bit more difficult, but the smokes are actually even easier. One of the big problems with taking B is that you have to always be aware of an alt mid push through double doors. So in this situation, you have the option of also smoking double doors if you want, but you will probably want to leave at least one player behind to watch this push, as this is generally the push that gets me killed the most. Whenever we go for a smoke play, we normally have someone come through either double doors or they flank from A long and they push us through mid window because we don't have anyone waiting here. So first, what you're going to do is you need to clear these angles. You cannot let someone just walk out here and shoot you immediately. You want to clear the left angle towards C and then the right angle towards A. Once you're sure it's clear, you can start making your way out of the window. You never really want to smoke through the window, because what someone can do is they can actually walk out into the doorway of B and shoot you as you're jumping out of the window, since you are so exposed and you won't have a very clean shot on them. So just make sure you're out first. I would suggest smoking when you get around to this corner. Make sure your bomb player is out. Check out these smokes, because this is about as easy as it's going to get in this game. So first, we're going to put a smoke right here on the left side, and then we're going to put a smoke right here on the right side. Now, what's really important is that these smokes need to cover the corners the best you can. This one's not the greatest, so you're going to want to push this one over a little bit more, but nonetheless, if you're ever worried about an angle like this, maybe a player's going to play there, that's fine. Just plant a little bit more in the smoke like this, and they wouldn't even be able to see you from that angle. Another option here is you can go for a bit deeper smokes. The problem here, look at this. Look at all these angles you have to clear. If you're walking up from sight, from mid to here, you have to clear this angle, you have to clear up top, you have to clear close left, you have to clear close right on top of the box, and this angle as well as the people that can jump on top of here. It's almost never worth the smoke deep. These are more after plant spots. That's not really what we're talking about right now. So in this case, I would do smoke here, call it a day, walk into sight. Even planting in smoke is fine. And in this case, you're always going to plant for a window. That's the key for this one. You always want to be planting for a window. Finally, we have the C smokes. C, probably the more overlooked site, tends to get less action. A tends to be the priority in most of my games, but nonetheless, we're starting from C long. This is going to be the hardest spot to smoke from, as you have the least amount of vision from sight. First, what I'm going to say is the most dangerous part of C site is this box over here with a little headshot angle. You always have to be careful of a sniper playing over there. That tends to be one of the most difficult spots to clear when you're trying to take C. So to start things off, we're going to start with a very simple play. First, we're going to smoke off this headshot player completely. And as you can see, I'm going to put my smoke right on the corner of this box to try to just barely clip this angle here, so there's no possible way they're going to be able to see through. Then we have this mid angle here. I'm also going to smoke that off, as well as this back angle here coming from CT spawn. These smokes form a perfect wall, except for this tiny spot here where if there is no boost for there unless they're on a sage wall. The boost is up in this corner, so you're good. So all you have to worry about when you clear sight, close left, close right, but then you have to worry about garage. So that's where things get a little more difficult. So then you have option number 2. Option number 2 here, coming back over here, is to smoke garage. I like smoking garage, by the way. This is something I almost always do. But then you have to figure out what's your next priority to smoke. Do you want to smoke this jump up spot? In most cases, I would say yes. I would give that a smoke as well. But then you have to figure out, how do you smoke this headshot angle as well as behind sight? For me, I am going to smoke off sight and leave the headshot angle, since I'm more confident taking a headshot fight with this guy back here, because he has to be in this corner right here. There is no way for them to see over this part here. As you can see, the box is right here, so they can only be right here. They're never going to be peeking you from right here. So it's a little bit predictable. You just have to have your players ready. Options also include using maybe your molly to try to, get that guy out of the corner. You can bank it off the wall a little, things like that. But that is one of the options for taking this site. Now, finally, we also have an option coming from garage. Now, this is more difficult because people love playing this window here. So if you are able to get into garage, great. You already have a very clear spot getting onto site. And for this, these are the smokes I would use. I would make the wall again. clear left. You can already clear that corner. Just want to take a quick swing here, make sure no one's there, and you have an easy plant. And now we just want to talk quickly in the end here about just a smoke that can be used on any site. If you're on an eco round and you really want to get a plant down, you can make a tunnel with your smokes. Something that looks like this. It also completely separates the site. It's really easy to run through in these situations and get a plant. I've noticed a lot of people will not try to get into these smokes. They'll just play for after plant, they'll play a retake. This is a great option. It can be used on pretty much any site. And also, it doesn't have to lead to the site either. There have been times where I have actually come from CT, smoked my way into site. There's a lot of wacky things you could do with smokes, but I think in this video I've showed you some of the basics, and I hope you guys learned something new. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I can't wait to keep making some more. Obviously some more advanced stuff coming in the future, but with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy, and peace.